This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for Wednesday, March 5th, 2025. I'm Marek Mazurek. The North River Fieldhouse near downtown Fort Wayne and the Fields of Grace project in New Haven both will feature large field houses and surrounding developments with the main goal of capturing a share of the ever-growing youth sports tournament market. But the field houses are less than a 20-minute drive from each other, and the proximity of the project raises questions about whether the burgeoning sports tourism ecosystem in Allen County can support both complexes.
For us, and to the point of saturation, we've been intentional about exactly what we're including within our facility. Now, again, I said at the start of this, it's more than likely going to compete if they move forward as currently envisioned.
That's Billy Bunkefist, president of Card & Associates, which is developing the New Haven Fieldhouse. He said his firm has been partnering with athletic groups in the county to determine what facilities the new fieldhouse should offer. The Fields of Grace build will feature 8 outdoor baseball fields, while Fort Wayne's North River Fieldhouse appears more concerned with basketball and volleyball courts. Fort Wayne city officials stress they don't see competition, but, quote, an opportunity for growth and success at both venues. Fort Wayne commissioned a market study before announcing their $60 million project last month. That study mentions the Field of Grace project, but offers no analysis of how the two facilities would interact. That study says there are 10.2 million people who live within a 2.5-hour drive from the Fort Wayne metro area. As the federal government considers ways to reduce Medicaid spending to help finance the extension of Donald Trump's tax cuts, Indiana government leaders are not yet sounding the alarm over the potential of losing billions of dollars for its ever-growing entitlement program. The U.S. House of Representatives passed a budget resolution last week that could cause Medicaid spending to be reduced by $880 billion through 2034. Health policy nonprofit KFF estimates Indiana could miss out on $12.7 billion to fund the state's program if the federal government enacts a per capita funding cap to reduce spending, which is one proposal being considered. Medicaid pays for health care primarily for low-income people and those with disabilities, and it's largely funded by the federal government. Medicaid traditionally has paid about 2/3 of the costs of services, while states pay the remainder. In Indiana, nearly 2 million Hoosiers have coverage through the program, according to enrollment reports. Indiana Governor Mike Braun, who has pushed for reduced health care costs and increased price transparency, said Monday that the onus will be on the healthcare industry to relax high prices. From the #1 source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
To succeed, you need to stay informed. You need to be engaged. And let's face it, you need to set yourself apart from the rest by connecting with a company that brings you the best. Because in today's environment, business is an ever-moving target, and we'll help you chase it. IBJ Media. The best of business is in us. Get started at ibjmedia.com/youngprofessional.
Missouri-based Jack Cooper Transport Company is closing its facility in the Huntington County town of Roanoke. In a notice to the state, the company said the move has resulted in the layoffs of 251 employees. Jack Cooper Transport provided vehicle shipping services for General Motors' Fort Wayne assembly plant, but informed the automaker last month that it would stop services to the company effective immediately. In its warn notice filed with the Indiana Department of Workforce Development, the company said the layoffs took place February 8th. The affected workers are represented by the Teamsters Local 414 in Fort Wayne. GM said in a statement it was working with the company to help those workers find other jobs. A representative for Jack Cooper Transport did not respond to multiple requests for comment from Inside Indiana Business. Evansville-based Deaconess Health System this week announced that former Lieutenant Governor Suzanne Crouch will serve as the new executive director of the Deaconess Foundation. An Evansville native, Crouch will focus on the foundation's strategic direction, including leading long-term fundraising strategies, overseeing capital campaigns, and guiding foundation-led events, the organization said. Crouch served as Indiana's lieutenant governor under Governor Eric Holcomb from 2017 through 2025. Prior to that, she was state auditor and unsuccessfully ran for governor last year. Deaconess says Crouch's new role will be effective this month. St. Elmo Steakhouse is an iconic indie destination, and Hughes Culinary CEO Craig Hughes is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC. A weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Marek Mazurek for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.